365 days a year, giving you free picks. We go over the day's card, but, if you're looking for our best bets, the games that we're betting, the ones we're most confident, those are the ones you find in the premium area. The thing is that, we give out opinions, and we go pretty much through all of the games. So when you're going through all of the games, you can't possibly love them all. We don't bet them all. We don't parlay them all. We just give them out. And I know that no matter what my record is and what Brian's and Rod's and Chris's records are on this show or anywhere we give picks, there's a YouTube troll out there that's going to troll us. I mean, I went 10-2-1 in the YouTube picks the other day. Someone said how every pick they bet of mine, they lost, which is impossible, right? Unless they were betting their own picks of... I think when people when you give somebody 80 picks and then they pick their own picks out of those picks, isn't it basically their picks? I don't know. I don't know, man. But I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's Friday. Glad it's here. It's normally I'm all perky and all ready for Friday, but I gotta say, college basketball for me is a grind. You can see all the videos that I'm putting out, and I've got all the college football ones. I have 10 left to shoot this morning, so really excited to get that out for you guys, and I'll have, of course, college basketball along with that. But I got to tell you, admittedly, for the first time, I'm actually probably saying this, I am wearing down a little bit, which is crazy, because I've never felt like this. It was just, been hit over the head. I could barely open my eyes. But anyways, we'll do the best that we can. We always do. And we'll do the best to bring you winners, bring in the guys here, and hopefully they have a lot more to say today, because they might have to carry me here for a little bit of it. But so we have an interesting situation here, okay? And the situation is that, so college football throughout the years, right, all these years, right, they've always had some lame-ass excuse for not having multiple playoff rounds, right? They've always had this lame-ass, it's exams, it's all this other stuff, even though every other level of college football has multiple round playoffs, right? They all have it. And FCS or Division I, whatever you want to call it, does not, right? It's the only sport, only college sport, the only sport of sports, right? Pee Wee football has it, high school football, NFL, right? They all have it. NBA, college basketball, tournaments. I don't know. It all seems to work just fine for everybody. It's college baseball, World Series, right? They start with this giant grid. They move it all in. They always say that, December is a bad month because of exams, and they always have some lame-ass excuses, and they talk about, the preparation and the travel and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of thin air, we're getting games. Right? Just magical new matchups, right? It's like Pac-12 even, right? The worst of the worst. Even they're coming up with games, out of thin air. And now BYU, Coastal Carolina, I mean, these schools aren't even logistically close at all. They're not even close at all. Take out a map of the United States. These are schools, they are not even remotely close. They are not even they're multiple time zones apart from one another. Yet they're able to throw together a game in 3 days, 2 days, 3 days. And ESPN is going to be there to cover it, right? Game days there. This is, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't get it. And, we know that, out of tragedy and all these things usually is the mother of invention. But I think this is also, someone's here been outed, right, on your lame-ass excuses, old boy network. I think we demand change, and I think the time is now. This was the year to go to at least an 18 playoff, because just like everybody else expanded their playoffs, and we're like, it was a little different this year, right? Come up with something. They could have just tried it, They could have just tried it, and said, hey, yeah, it's a special year. We're not going to do it every year. We're just going to do it this year. They didn't do it. They're lame asses. I'm telling you, I'm like one of the biggest college football fans out there. You hear me every Saturday. I say, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. I've been saying that for 15 years online. And I've been saying it my whole life. I used to wake up when I was a kid Saturday morning, man, I'm all ready to go to the Orange Bowl. It's going to be 150 degrees out there. I don't care, But I'm getting a little fed up here. Getting a little fed up. Speaking about fed up, Brian, what do you got for sale today?
Number one college football handicapper up $7,300. 17-6 run, 74% all sports. 9-2 college basketball run. Get my 3-pack. Brian Bitler's Pure Profit Friday 3-pack, $50. Pickdogs.com. Premium pick section.
That was almost like a Reels documentary. I almost fell asleep in the first 2 minutes of it.
That was 1 minute. That was 1 minute.
I'm telling you. If you ever get insomnia, just throw on Reels. 238 on DirecTV. It's like, man, I throw on one of those Reels document. It could be like, in the roller coaster ride of a lifetime. It's like, I'm out. It's like, what's on? It's like my wife's like, I can't sleep. I'm like, what's on Reels? Chris, speaking about falling asleep, what do you got?
Hey, easy.
80 picks tonight?
No. Brian, there was no way that lasted a minute, but then I realized if I had a nickel for every time I'd heard that. I've only got a 5-pack over at the way, my Friday 5-point play. Number 3 college for basketball handicap on the leaderboards right now. Looking to try to sweep the board today, go 5-0 in those plays. Or if you miss out on the early plays or you're only interested in the later games, I got a 3-pack of the games tipping off after 7 p.m. 5-point plays going on for $35. The 3-point play is going to be $29.95 over Pick Dogs Premium. And guys, get to tune into the drive-through tonight. Going to open up another door of the Advent calendar. We've got some quality on the show tonight. Got Brian Bitler on the show as well. Got Rod, myself, Tony T, Goran's going to be on there, Jeff Jeter. We got a loaded card tonight. So,
why do you go live before the deadline? I have to cut off Rod before he gets started. It's tradition. Why do you go live before deadline of picks? Half these dudes probably use yours each day. Well, these are our free picks, so it really doesn't matter. We have free picks on the site. I have videos out there. I have my premium picks are usually out by this time. So there's nothing that's going to be said on this show that, well, I guess there's a lot of stuff that's going to be said. I don't know. Because we go live at 10 a.m. I have no idea. If we put the cutoff at 10 a.m., it'd be unfair to the Pacific time zone people and stuff. I don't know. Rod, speaking of the contest, I know you're having a lot of fun intermingling with our community. I know that. So there was an incident yesterday, and I'm not going to go too deep into it. To one of the contestants was I'm trying not to get involved too much in the contest in case you guys haven't noticed. If you sent me an email or a message, the answer has been, I'm not running the contest. Rod is. That's been the answer. It's a pat answer. I just copy and paste it from the last email you sent me or message you sent me, and it's the same. You're going to get the same answer over and over again. But we had someone that was editing their picks, and it's like you can get a complete edit history, and it says this post has been edited. I can see it because even when I enter picks, sometimes I'll just click the wrong box, because ours we have an automated menu, and you click the team that you want, you click the bet you want. And Vlad just sent me an email this morning that it's right up clearly says under in the Air Force game. He clicked on over and he needed me to change it. And this stuff happens, but it's a once in a while thing. And of course, if you had Vlad's package and it was graded as a loss, and he did even put the winner in his write up, you would still have gotten a credit, for that. So really, it's all to your benefit, but because you would have won and gotten a credit, which is a nice thing. But I don't know, Rod. Any other issues with this contest that you see? Because I saw something with the lines, we can't figure out the lines. If you go to pickdogs.com, you click on betting odds. Any of the odds that are available on that betting odds page are good. If you see a line, so this is the same thing as being a handicapper on the site. If you see a line that's obviously incorrect there, because these lines are coming from a feed, if you see a line that's obviously way out of whack, 6 points off or something, it's a bad line. Don't use it. It's the same thing as if you're a handicapper on our site. If you use bad lines on the site, you know what happens? You're no longer a handicapper on our site. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like the whole idea isn't there's more to it for me than just winning the contest. It's honesty, integrity, all of those things. And it's this is not a, when you come work for me, it's not just like, hey, I'm Mr. Cool Handicapper. I mean, ask these guys. I mean, you guys have seen it, right? I left the thing on. Right, I accidentally left it on, and you guys heard me, And it's like, I'm fair. I try and be fair. I try and be generous. I'm always straightforward with everybody. I never dance around it. But at the same time, there's an expectation of doing, there's doing what at least, what the job requires. It's a job. It's, just like the people that send me, I want to do picks on your site. I'm a great handicapper. They don't even put their name. It's like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I do these picks, and here's my record, and I've done this, and I'd like to become a handy, not even like that. Just like, I mean, I don't know. Rod, I kind of filibustered you again, but go ahead. Let us.
For me, the contest has been going, it's been going good. You're going to get the odd one or two people here that are here and there that figure they can sneak it in that we won't notice. Even though it does bright right up and it says, hey, you've edited your post. So we click on it and we look and we see that that's not going to happen. So as we see what will happen if you do that. But the reason why we have these times set the way they are is because that's basically the times that you're going to be putting your picks in as a capper on the site. These are the times that they have to be in by. These are deadlines and stuff. So for me, it's a grind. It's a 30-day grind. Remember, this contest is not going to be won in the first week. You can lose it in the first week, that's for sure, but you're definitely not going to win it in the first week. So just follow the rules, put your picks in. Best bet is put your picks in. Make sure your picks are right before you hit the send button, and then you won't have to edit your post. So, anyways, for me today, it's my usual Steak Friday. Love Steak Friday. It's usually my best day of the week. I've got 4 college basketball going and 1 college football in there, all in one package, available for Rod Steak Friday over at the website.
Nice. I have a 3-pack, 1 college football, 2 college basketball. College basketball, I'm kind of just doing what I do. I'm not, I haven't had college basketball days where I've entered a lot of picks. I haven't had college basketball days where I've gone, 5-0 or anything, because I haven't put in even 5 picks on a day in college basketball. Put in, the most I've put in a day is 3, and I think, I've had a lot of 2-in-1 days. Is really what it is, and it's like and that is what I do. You go 2-in-1. If I went 2-in-1 every day all season long, 66%, man, I would take that. If you said 66.6% for the season, you could have it. College basketball, go 2-in-1 every day. Take it every single day. So, we'll have our 3-0 days in there. We'll have our 1-2 days. We'll even have an 0-3 day, I'm sure. But I'm just going to continue to chip and grind and just pick the cream of the crop and the games that I like the best in college basketball. I'm going to miss a couple. I had Boston College yesterday, but I also had, I also had Drake, who won by 100. So it's like, that's just the other side of it, So it's like, it's going to happen. You're going to have them that go both ways, on the show and easily. And the thing is, Boston College was the last pick that I entered. And you guys heard how much I loved Oklahoma on the show. That was the pick that got bumped, was Oklahoma. And it's just that they hadn't played a game yet. And I knew they were stacked, because they were a premium pick the last time they played. When the game got canceled, they were a premium pick of mine that got canceled. So, I don't know. I'm just going to continue to try and chip away at it. And I'm just, because you can't, you can't, and any of these guys will tell you the same thing. You can't put yourself on the end of the, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And you can't put yourself on the end, on the top of the leaderboard for the season in the first week. But you can certainly be up against it where you got to climb to even get into the positive for a sport if you really put yourself in a hole. And I'm not going to go chasing, just for the sake of trying to get on the leaderboard early. So I show that, I'm leading, today. So I'd rather grind it out,
I think we both had UConn yesterday.
Yeah, I had UConn. That was easy. I thought I was surprised it was that close. I was surprised it was that close. I once again, it's a similar situation to, some of these other games where it's like you have the cross country road trip, and it's like one team is basically home and the other team is, traveling as far a road trip as it could possibly be in the worst possible time to travel. So it's not like they're having fun at the Mohegan Sun, casino. I mean, they're at Mohegan, but I don't know what's going on at Mohegan these days. I'm sure some of our audience knows. Gotta love Mohegan and Foxwoods. I think Joe Kavanaugh is in the comments. We showed him. We spent a few days at the. We'll have to tell you about the porn bill sometime. The porn bill story. It was like I went to a bachelor party at the Foxwoods Casino, and it's like I shared a room with two other guys, and we had a suite, and like they had these big suites there, so we got a suite, 3 of us. Our porn bill for the weekend was $780. It's like my friends that I shared the room with. Scoob is a lawyer, and he's arguing in the lobby. He's like, "We're impressive, but not even we could pull this off." 700, and he's like, the lobby's packed with people. He's like, $780 worth of porn? It's like there's all these people coming, checking in and stuff at the hotel. They're like, all right. They knocked it down to like, $80 or something. It was like, but yeah, it was pretty rough. It's a tough crowd. I mean, everyone else had their own, everyone had suites and stuff, but the whole party was like in hours for some reason. Anyways. Speaking of porn bills, Brian, you got App State and Louisiana Lafayette
Segue.
tonight. Well, he's a guy that knows his way around the hotel porn bill.
No, I've never ordered one single porn on a hotel ordering thing. Never, not my lifetime. But not saying I wouldn't, but I don't see me doing it. But anyway, as far as this game goes,
recently. Not since the internet.
13-5. My last 18 trips to a hotel, I haven't ordered a porn.
In this game, opened up at 53.5, is down to 51.5. This is basically a playoff game. Super important both teams, so I see a lot of running the ball, good defensive play. So take the under here.
Monday.com is.
Chris?
Yeah, this was a game I was struggling with, but I'm still going to take Lafayette on the money line. App State has been good at covering these spreads. I know a lot of them have been big numbers this year, but 2-7 against the spread and line only 2.5. Might as well get some extra value and take Lafayette on the money line.
Oh, that was brief. Rod? Just trying to catch up here on the comments. Ruffalo gives me no break whatsoever there. Nothing. It gives me nothing to work with. I think he mumbled something, but I'm not sure what he said. But I think we're going bass fishing tomorrow. I got no idea what he said.
No, he mumbled. Check out Brian's 3-pack. That's what I heard him say.
I mean, it's like what? It's like my wife always says that. She's like, "What did he say?" It's like, I don't know, but I think I'm going bass fishing tomorrow.
So for me in this game, you got App State at home, who's 5-0, and you got the Raging Cajuns, who are 5-0 on the road. So someone's has got to go. For me, this is definitely both teams are going to run the ball, grind the clock. And I agree with Brian. Give me the under here. I don't think we get over this number. Slow, beat them up. This is going to be actually a half decent game. Take the under.
So Jeff is saying, so we can't add a pick after entering, say, 2 picks and want to add one more. I would say as long as it's before the deadline, right? As long as it's before the pick entering deadline for the day.
I think his question would be to show he edited something, though, and that might...
No, but it tells you what time you edited.
Oh.
It tells you.
Yeah, so like if you put something in wrong, it is all right to make the edit. just don't start deleting picks and just make the quick little edit. And like I said, it'll say edited. I just click on it, look at the time, and go, okay, you're fine. But 20 minutes are well after a game has gone off is not that where you can clearly see where you've changed your pick from that to a loser to a winner, where you can clearly see it where you've edited it on purpose to cheat. Then that's what we're worried about.
Anna's on the drive-through. She has a weekly spot there. She also has her premium picks are available at the website. She won yesterday. I know that much. She
had a winning day.
She's been pretty hot lately on her premium picks. So be sure to check out her premium picks on the website. I know a lot of people are. She's actually one of the better selling handicappers on there. So by all means, go check out her pick. She's rocking it. But I think she's in Florida right now. I saw.
Yeah.
It's what I think.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but.
Well, yeah, you're lucky. You live in paradise.
You're lucky. I am lucky, aren't I? I'm pretty lucky. Oh man, so I played golf with my friend Xavier yesterday. He's visiting from Jersey, and it's one of those rare instances where someone actually took a picture of us out on the golf course. So I could actually show you guys a picture of us there. I wonder if I can get it on the show. Show it there. I'll try and do that instead. It'll be better. It'll be a lot cooler. Let's see. Anyways.
I was going to say somebody caught you cheating at golf in a candid camera video.
Anyways, my pick in this game is in the best of the live show pick package. I never do that, but I'm doing it.
Do you have a feeling on the total? How you like the total?
I think the total I gave out in the I think I gave out the total in already in the video. Anyways, trying to get this picture to you guys so I can show you guys. Let me see. I just am not good at this. All right. You'd think, like, with all the stuff that I do, I guess I can mail it to myself and download it. So that's what I'll do. Anyways, in the meantime, let's look at today's college basketball. I know Maryland is taking on St. Peter's in early action. We've got let's see. Man, I'm really struggling today. I'll admit it. You know, if I'm having a rough day, I can say it. I am having. Maryland, St. Peter's, Stony Brook versus Fairfield, Kennesaw versus Creighton, California Baptist, Southeastern Louisiana, Texas, Arlington, Tulsa, Michigan State, Detroit, South Florida, Florida, and A&M. Brian, any of those games do it for you?
I was slightly into the St. Peter's Peacocks against Maryland. It's a lot of points there for Maryland to cover. I know they're much better than St. Peter's, but the game I really like is Detroit U getting 25.5. Michigan State coming off of the win over Duke. I think it's going to be a little emotional letdown here, and I think Detroit covers.
Chris?
Yeah, I think Rod and I envisioned that you were going to take Michigan State, Detroit, and I think I'm on the. I was going to say probably taking Michigan State. I realized that didn't click. It didn't mesh. I'm going to take Michigan State. I know they're coming off of that big, emotional victory, but this just seems like the kind of team in Detroit that Michigan State usually just walks all over, and you hear Detroit Mercy. They're dealing with like tumultuous stuff inside the program. They've only got their leading scorer coming back. The coach's son. He's a great player, but he's also like the James Harden of that team. He takes like 40 shots and he only makes maybe 8 or 9 of them. So I think Michigan State's going to him down, make someone else beat him, and I don't think there is anyone that can. So I like Michigan State. And I like Creighton to beat up on Kennesaw State. I think that's just a route. I think Creighton's going to shoot the lights out on Kennesaw.
Rod?
For me, I agree. I like St. Peter's here. I think Maryland wins by 10, not by this 15. And I agree. Give me Detroit Mercer. I think Michigan State. How much I don't see them with a big giant.
There's my golf picture right there. I got it to work. Sorry, Rod. I always cut you.
All
off.
good.
I'll take it off. I'll do it on mine.
I don't think Michigan State comes in here with an inspiring performance. Take Detroit Mercer plus the 25.5. And then I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Kennesaw State plus the 35. I think it's going to be these are leads. Small bet. Kennesaw State plus the 35. How inspired is Creighton going to be to blow the snot off Kennesaw State?
I like Creighton by 50 plus in that game against Kennesaw. Kennesaw could be the worst team that Creighton will ever face. They've got 2 wins, but I'm going to guess, looking at it from the high surface here without digging too deep in, that's no one we have ever heard of. And TOCC and CBC. They lost to UAB 73-48. And if you could lose 73-48 to UAB, you can lose by 100 to Creighton. Creighton's going to roll them up, and they're going to put the scrubs in, and the scrubs are going to roll them up again. This is going to be a real 150-40 type game. And I'll be putting those in my parlay at the end of the show. I like that one a lot. I also think Texas Arlington again. I've been riding these guys. I know Rod and I disagreed last time out, but I'm going to stick with Arlington, man. They've been covering everything in sight. They're kind of my North Texas this year so far. And I like Michigan State also laying the big number against Detroit Mercy. I think no mercy on Detroit Mercy in this one. I think you could probably take the Rattlers plus 16.5 against South Florida. South Florida is that bad. Florida A&M had some good talent last year on the team, but of course a lot of that is gone. So those will be my picks in that spot. Liking of those ones, I would say I like Creighton the best. I like Arlington the second best, and Michigan State the third best. Go to our next round of games. Oh, I want to show the picture, the golf picture from my golf picture.
It's nice having a big card on a Friday. Typically, it's just Metro Atlantic and Ivy League.
No, you also get the South. Is it the Southland, Chris? The one with the Florida A&M and all those guys, Jackson State.
The MEAC.
Oh, the MEAC, right? And then you also get the Harvard, but they're not playing this year.
And then you get the occasional Horizon League game too.
Yes.
I missed the Ivy League.
All right, there's my picture from the 18th hole at my club, King Kamehameha Golf Club, right there. You can see the clubhouse in the background, the green right there. That's where my tee shot landed. It's a par 5. You can see I'm about 245 from the green, and I'm thinking 3 wood right there. Anyways, it's me and the X-Man playing some golf. Good times at King Kamehameha Golf Club. Not bad life. Anyways. Virginia against Kent State. Hartford against Central Connecticut. That's no love lost in that one. Charlotte up against Georgia State. I like watching Charlotte. I like the swarming defense teams. It's like, but Charlotte is kind of like, it's like a VCU swarming defense type thing, but they also are susceptible to when they break the press and it's the layup. It happens to them all the time. Them and FIU, right? It's like the swarm, and then it's like, it's like simple layup. They break the press. Georgia against Jacksonville. We got UC Davis. Oh, that's no line on that thing. Let's just go with those. Let's go with those. Few right there, the 6 o'clock games. Anything there, Brian? Any meat on the bone of those three?
I see two I kind of like. I think Virginia continues not to take teams for granted after getting beat by San Francisco. I think they pound Kent State Golden Flashers into the ground. And I like Valpo plus the points against Purdue.
That's
Purdue
not in that.
Miami
That's not
on
in
deck.
this. Not in this time slot.
Damn. Well, okay. Just thought Virginia then.
Yeah. Chris.
I'm going to take the under in the Virginia game. I know the totals are still low. They're starting to get back into normal Virginia territory, but still like 126.5 is too high. So I'm going to take the under there. I'm going to lean towards Georgia State in this one, but it's lean at best. Charlotte's not normally a high-scoring team, and I think they're
Got some
low scoring
static.
issues.
You got some static going. I think you got some chords touching or something there. Knock it off.
Is that any better?
Yeah, UMass Lowell was the one team that didn't cover in my parlay yesterday. I hit 2 out of 3 in that parlay I gave out. Who is this? Joe Young giving out other people's sites. Yeah, this is a douchebag, right? Chris, I wasn't calling you a douchebag.
That's okay. I'm used to it at this point, so no sweat off my back. They could just
Are you
react.
done?
when I-
There's only 3 games. Rod,
Yeah.
can't hear you.
I have nothing in that section.
All right. That was thank you for your brevity. Well, I don't even have to
Today's
cut.
not the day to
I
get
didn't even have to cut him off. We got.
There was nothing to cut.
Just say something, Rod, so I can talk over you. Anyways, we got. I kind of like Charlotte with that swarming defense. I just like watching. I like those teams that just press. You know, it's like the guys they're not even to their own free throw line. You know, when they do the inbound, and it's like there's already 2 guys on them. You know, like this, and it's like they throw it down the court, and it's like it's just like it's like.
Intercepted.
Yeah, it's like they break the press. Right? It's like, yes, the press has been broken. It's called a simple layup. Sometimes they jam, the 2 hands. I love it. These are my favorite things about college basketball. We got Georgia against Jacksonville. We got Duke against Bellarmine, and I even said this yesterday, but Covers got the wrong logo on there. They've got Belmont, but it's actually Bellarmine that they're playing. Only 30-point number there at Cameron after coming off of a loss. Got Purdue against Valpo. I think Brian. I'm gonna use my ESP. I think Brian has. I think Brian likes Valpo in that one. Got Eastern Michigan against Toledo. Maction. Got Marquette against Wisconsin. FIU, another press team up against Jacksonville State, who's got some athletes. They might be able to break that press. And that's it in that time slot. Brian, Valpo? A little Valpo action for you?
I'll tell you what, Duke really schedules the tough opponents there with Bellarmine or however you pronounce it. But anyway, Valpo gave Vandy a tough game. They crapped the bed against UIC. I think they're looking ahead to this Purdue team. Purdue's got Miami on deck. Too many points here. I'll take anything I can get with Valpo. I think they keep within 10. And then the other game I kind of lean to is Miami. I think they beat up on Stetson tonight. So.
We're not in that time slot, man. It's like this guy.
I thought you said that.
No, Brian's kind of in
That's
his
a
own.
6 p.m. one.
Brian's doing his own thing.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Brian's got his own. It's his own show within the show.
He's trying to break the press defense of the live.
Breaking the press. Breaking the press.
I'm just gonna lay this one in there.
God damn it.
Chris Ruffalo, you like anyone in this time slot?
Yeah, I like Duke against Bellarmine or Bellarmine or whatever. You come up to Division One. I don't think the Duke Blue Devils coming off a loss at Cameron is the first team you want to see. So I know Tarleton hung around with Texas A&M earlier in the week, but I don't think we see the similar thing here. I like Duke to roll, and I like Purdue. I know the line's dropping, but I just don't think Valpo has anyone to match Purdue's 7'4" big man in the paint. I just think he's going to be too big, and I think he's just going to dominate inside, and I think Purdue's the better shooting team. So, all right. I had a feeling that was coming.
7'4" doesn't mean you can play basketball. Rod,
It doesn't, but...
For me, I in this spot, I like Toledo over Eastern Michigan. Toledo's just playing way better basketball than Eastern Michigan. I really don't know what we're going to get, but I like Toledo there. And, of course, I'll take Duke over Bellarmine, too. I think Angry Duke comes back and they thump Bellarmine. And give me Marquette plus the 4.5 over Wisconsin. I think that's closer.
I don't like the way that line is moving in that Marquette-Wisconsin game at all. I'm staying as far away from that thing as possible, man. It's kind of a weird game because Marquette doesn't really have any star players, and they kind of have to do it as a team. And Wisconsin, well, they don't have any star players either, so they kind of have to do it as a team. So it's a team game. It could be super close, or it could be one of those games where it's like they go on a 10-0 run, and that's the whole thing. You know, that is the game. How about Florida last night, man? It was like those guys couldn't miss. Could not miss a shot, right? Amazing.
I think you look. They had their angry scare the game before. Navy almost.
I know, but I mean,
upset.
Yeah, but they were so shitty last year. So, well, I said the shitty word. They were so bad last year. You know, so bad, and they've been so disappointing ever since Billy Donovan left. They've just been nothing but a major disappointment every single time out.
I think your S word is allowed by the FCC.
That would be shitty if it wasn't.
I'm quite sure that shitty is allowed.
Huh.
Those are allowed. You can say shitty.
I am a name caller.
Professional.
Well, I've been called a name caller before. I kind of like Jacksonville State against FIU, if you ask me. I think they're going to break the press. I think they are. I think they're athletic enough. I like Jacksonville State. I always like them because they're one of those programs that loves to get the guys that might have been a attitude problem at another bigger program. Like, you know, they'll get like the attitude problem from Kentucky. The guy with the attitude problem. Like the guy who thinks that he should be playing the whole time, you know, and there's Anthony Davis and John Wall. You know, it's like I should be getting the ball. You know, it's like attitude problem. Ruffalo's finger dangerously close to the nose right there. Dangerously close.
Oh no, stay on the outside.
I don't know. I might have saw a little pick there. Could have been a rub. Could have been a rub. But,
we can go back and play it again and look.
I'm not liking the range there. 8:00 Eastern time starts. Miami against the Stetson Hatters. Earl Timberlake and company. Got the Bradley Braves. This line's moved back and then fourth. Now Bradley's +1. It opened as a pick. It went Bradley -1, and now they're +1 against the Jackrabbits. Memphis Central Arkansas. Mississippi State against North Texas. Oh, you've seen wacky bouncing on that one. All right, who do you guys like in that one? Brian, anything?
All right, I'm not going to mess up here.
I like Miami against Stetson.
Yeah, I think Miami's going to absolutely roll Stetson. Stetson had trouble in their last game. They couldn't even beat up, who was it, Emmanuel University. I just think Miami's going to take advantage of them. And then North Texas, that line really jumps out at you, +3. I think North Texas wins it outright, but
man, I'll take some BMFs, man. There's some BMFs. I know those are words I can't say. I know that much. I think Emmanuel's those are some tough bastards.
Mean Green tonight. That's my one of my favorite free picks.
Of course. They're like one of the official teams of our show. They're pre-Bittler.
Yeah.
Chris, Chris is like you always need to throw.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to talk over anybody.
He can't figure out that he's after Bittler yet. It's
You can talk over me. I don't.
Yeah, you can talk over Rod. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm used to it.
I like Memphis against Central Arkansas. Central had trouble with defense last year to begin with.
We're gonna fix your wiring, man. You got a short.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, what you got to do. So what you do is you unplug it. You plug it back in. let me show you how it works.
He's got a guy coming to check his wires.
You unplug. You plug it back in. All right, Rod, what do you got?
Give me North Texas plus the 3. Actually, I'm going to take North Texas money line. Give me more North Texas money line there. I think they outright beat Mississippi State. And I think I agree with Brian. Miami's going to roll Stetson. And give me Memphis over Central Arkansas. I think Memphis gets the winning cover.
Is it gone?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Like Memphis laying the 21.5. Central Arkansas couldn't defend them, and now they lost their big man. So I think Memphis is just going to drive it and go at them all day. And I'm with you guys. I like North Texas as well. I like it with the free bucket. So give me North Texas and the points.
I'm going to go North Texas. The Jackrabbits. And the Canes. Canes. Parlay them up. Auburn against South Alabama. Minnesota against North Dakota. San Francisco against Cal Poly. SLO. Slow Cal Poly. Slow. Very slow. Seton Hall against the Ducks. The Mount up against the What Up Beaches. Texas Tech versus Troy. UMass Lowell has been postponed against Sacred Heart. They heard you guys bad-mouthing them, that's why. They heard you.
I'm going to lean here to San Francisco. It's the only game of those grouping that I like. I think the Dons are in regular season mode already, and I think they cruise right through Cal Poly. I'll lay the 12.5.
Do you like eat your rice-a-roni during that? Like the San Francisco treat? Rice-a-roni? Now in 35. Thank you, Dennis, for the super chat. It's super generous. Anna's not gone. She's at the premium picks tab. You click on the premium picks tab. You can look for Ann. You can find her picks there. She is not gone. Maybe we should get a graphic with her picture, or like what I'll do is we'll get her to record like a pre-recorded message. And we'll do like it's like, but in a totally different. Like we'll show it during the drive-through when she's on, and she'll be wearing a totally different outfit. She'll be wearing like a totally different outfit, and then come back and say, "You can get Hand Shores picks. Be sure to hit the like button and ring the bell for notifications, and you can get Hand Shores." That'd be so funny. It's like she's wearing like something totally different. It'd be better like if she like dyed her hair or something. Like Ann wears like the Eagles hat sometimes, like
or it just completely cuts to like a man.
Yeah, just totally different. Just like
totally different. No, hold on. Best one would be if they just like cut to someone different, but it was a man wearing a wig.
Oh man, I got to get a picture of this place around the corner. So it used to be a Ruby Tuesdays, and a place like they went out of business because everything goes out of. A lot of places go out of business here because we just don't have a lot of people, so it's hard to have a business here. And it said Maui's finest salad bar. The sign said, and it was like it was bought by just a bar, right? Just bought it. Some guys bought the building or rented it out or do whatever, and they opened a bar there. They probably got the liquor license from Ruby Tuesday. So it still said Maui's finest salad bar. Then one day I drove by it and just said it was cut out. The salad was cut out of it, and it said Maui's finest bar. It was like, but with the spacing where salad was in between. It was like, hold my beer, I got this one. It's like, I'll fix it. I'm surprised it didn't have the duct tape over it, you know? But it was like just a cutout piece. It's like, same thing. You know, it's so lame. It's so bad. And you see, oh, God. It's like, let's be as lazy and half-assed with this as we possibly can. I'm so old and crappy. Whoa. Anyways, where are we? I can't help myself. Chris, is it you?
Yeah, I think the only well, I like Loyola Marymount laying the 7.5 against Long Beach State. The Beach usually schedule up, but that usually serves them better come conference time when they have to play the rest of the Big West. But right now, these are usually the games they lose. Not overly convincingly, but they still lose them by maybe double digits. I think that's what we have here. I think we have a 10, 12-point win for Loyola Marymount. So
you gotta figure out what's up with your lines. It's the cord. It's probably touching something. Probably touching something. That's what it is. It's probably rubbing up against your braces. Rod. Who do you like?
Me in this spot.
You only had 15 minutes of bullshit to sit there to get us together. Sorry, I'm going to need at least more. Can you guys spew a little more bullshit while I'm trying to get my picture? It's like, as a matter of fact, I can.
My notes went, and I'm like, oh, no.
Speaking of bullshit, and we got Romanelli on tomorrow. How long do you think, what's the over-under before Romanelli gets, like, all the really good stuff going? Like, when he starts making the hooker jokes. How long do you think that's going to take?
Man. Are hooker jokes in his repertoire?
Well, they're going to be. We'll get him the Iona recruiting coordinator shirt.
He'll be the recruiting assistant to the assistant.
Assistant. What do we got?
Those games in that spot.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my God, what? What'd I do?
Not you. Not you.
I thought he was just saying that because Rod was taking so long.
No, who'd he take? I didn't even hear it.
No, just Rod's just like, you're just like, oh my God.
Well, it's just like the same questions over and over and over and over again. It's like, oh, man.
Check out the Best of the Live show for sale up at the top of the leaderboard, guys. Check it out.
Yep.
There you go. I'll put a plug in.
Yeah, check that out. Live show been rolling. Up 1,700 units this month. Up 1,100 this week. In the spot, I like Texas Tech to roll Troy. That's just a way better team. I don't see Troy hanging with no Texas Tech. Gonna roll right over them. I'm gonna take Seton Hall plus the 3.5. I know they lost the last game, but I think they bounce back. This is a revenge spot for Seton Hall. They remember losing a tournament in I think it was the Bahamas last year, playing Oregon. I think Seton Hall has this little spot circled. Give me Seton Hall plus the 3.5 in the spot. And give me a $60 bet on Long Beach money line. I'm gonna take a shot at Long Beach upsetting Marymount. They got
Good pick, Rod. Good pick, Rod. I like it.
better make that 88.
What up, beaches?
Yeah.
That it?
Yep, that's what I like in that spot.
I like Minnesota. I think they're going to kill North Dakota, who's really bad this year. It's a really bad North Dakota team. It's a really very, very bad. I don't usually like Minnesota because, well, they were terrible last year, right? And you got a Patino as the coach, so there's always that extra 2.5 points you got to add to the line. But I think they're good enough here. I also like the Mount. I like Texas Tech a lot in this one too against Troy, and I think Seton Hall plus the 3.5 against the Ducks. Seton Hall has been in against stiff competition every single game. They have not had that let up opponent. Iona was their easiest game, and the thing is that we haven't seen from Seton Hall. We haven't seen them play two halves of basketball. We haven't seen them hit free throws. You haven't seen them do those things that we know that they can do. They need Aiken. That's it for me. Chris, how about a little birdcage for these nice people?
All right. Well, I'll do a 3-team birdcage, and then I'll add an extra team on there. I like Michigan State, Duke, and Creighton. Basically a blowout birdcage, and then I'll also add North Texas on there as well, make it a 4-teamer as well. Those will be my 2 parlays for the day.
I'm so far behind on the comments. There's talking about my golf picture. Yeah, the clubhouse is Frank Lloyd Wright design. It's totally cool. It's so cool. Anyways, what was your parlay, Chris? Say it again for everybody.
My birdcage was Michigan State, Duke, and Creighton, and then I'll also take those 3 teams, and I'll also add North Texas for a second parlay.
All right. This sounds pretty interesting. Rod?
For me, we're going to take Duke. Take Duke, Toledo, and North Texas. And parlay those up. Duke, Toledo, North Texas.
I'm going with North Texas, Valpo, and Detroit all plus points.
Creighton, Texas, Arlington, and Creighton, Texas, Arlington, and the Jackrabbits. South Dakota State. Creighton, Texas, Arlington, South Dakota State. I would like that one. I would bet that. I'll end the show first before I bet it. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. I apologize for nothing, but I showed up. I admit I'm exhausted, but I'll get some sleep and I'll do a bunch of videos, and I'll get some sleep and I'll do a bunch more videos. Got a lot of games tomorrow. It's going to be a big show. I don't know if we're going to get to college basketball tomorrow because it's one of the bigger college football schedules as well. Maybe if we can get Romanelli to be a little quicker than normal. Get to more games. I'm not sure. We'll stick. We'll do the best we can. Anyways, of course, you guys know one thing. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to smash the like button and have a great day. Be sure to join us for the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The guests today include Joe Duffy at the 6:05 slot, Joe D'Amico, Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zawacki, Brian
And then
Bittler.
I'll have a late night birdcage for you. Late night birdcage on the drive-thru.
And then I'm doing the Wisconsin Marquette game. So
Jeff Jeter will be on the drive-thru. And Goran Kusar, and of course your host, Tony T. Always there with Ruffalo. Enjoy the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock. I'm going to try and do a computer pick show today. We'll see if I'm alive.